We're following that breaking news on HQ with Tiger Woods making a comeback here at the Masters. Five-time winner here, of course. Tiger sharing today, saying, quote, as of right now, I feel like I'm going to play. A long rehab for him coming back to this point. 17 months since he showed up on the PGA Tour since his last time at an event. But this time, Tiger feeling confident. As mentioned before, during his conference saying that, look, everything is not going to be what it used to be. Very little mobility, but plans to give it a go come Thursday. And here it is, the Masters releasing those tee times just moments ago. At 10:34, Tiger will tee it up with Louis Oosthuizen along with Joaquin Niemann. That threesome going up there on Thursday. Tiger, of course, the number one guy you want to watch in that group. We'll see how that pans out the closer we get to tee time up there in Augusta. More of this, want to bring in our golf expert, Michael Breed, and of course, back on this breaking news here, but your reaction to that pairing with Tiger Woods now?
I feel bad for Joaquin Niemann. That's all I can tell you, because he has no idea what's in front of him. Tiger's going to be out there. You said he's the number one guy to watch in that group. He's the only guy anybody wants to watch in that group. I kind of feel bad for Joaquin, and you would think he would have a chance, except playing in that group, that the interest level, the activity that is going to surround that group. You know, Louis Oosthuizen is used to it. By the way, you know, he's got a major championship, so he's comfortable. But Joaquin Niemann, this poor guy, he's a young guy. He does the hurricane that is going to hit, he does not understand. And it's not just when you're getting ready to hit. It's after Tiger has holed a putt and everybody is scattering and going to the next hole, and you've got to somehow play with all that commotion going on. It's going to be a very, very difficult tournament for Joaquin. I feel bad for him, but it's exciting. 10:34 tee time. I figured that he would have an early tee time, but he would be early, late. It just seems to give him the greatest amount of time to recover, and I think that's going to be the important part of this. You think about Tiger's chances of winning here, it's going to be about how he does away from the golf course, not necessarily just how he does on the golf course. And so you get that 10:34 tee time. It gives you a little bit more time as you prepare for the second round, for Friday's round. And I think this is exactly what Tiger needs. And I think it bodes really well for him. So I'm looking at this like, I really think Tiger can win. I honestly believe Tiger can win. And it starts with this Thursday pairing and Friday pairing. And I think Louis Oosthuizen is one of the easiest guys to play with on the PGA Tour. Obviously, they know each other a long, long time and are good friends. And I think this is a great pairing for Tiger.
I want to piggyback on something you just mentioned there, because Doug Bell, also our Kyle Porter, mentioned how crucial that 10:34 a.m. tee time will be for Tiger. Can you kind of elaborate how that kind of helps him out the rest of the way if we're thinking about getting to Sunday here for him?
Well, it's what I call the flip turn, right? So in swimming, you get to the end of the pool and you got to do a flip turn. So how quick is the flip turn for Tiger? If he tees off at 10:34 and he finishes, let's just say it takes 5 hours to play. Now it's 3:34. Now he has a whole bunch of time between when he finishes playing and when he has to start practicing and preparing for the afternoon round. If it's the other way around and you tee off late, let's say you tee off at 1:30, and now you have to go at 10:30 in the morning the next morning, you don't have a lot of time to recover. And for Tiger Woods, he needs that time to recover. I have no idea about the PT that he's going through or needs to go through in order for him to get ready, the ice baths and all the things that may take place. And so when you start to pay attention to what happens away from the 18th green at Augusta National or the first tee at Augusta National, what he does and what he has to go through in order for him to be prepared to play, this is exactly what he needs.
We'll see how that pans out there. Again, 10:34, that's when Tiger Woods tee off on Thursday. I want to take a look at some other notable tee times outside of Tiger Woods. Of course, a few that I have here, Michael, already circled on my list. DeChambeau there at 10:23. How about the defending champ, Hideki Matsuyama at 10:45? Any of these pairings kind of catch your eye so far?
Well, I think, you know, Cam Smith, Paul Casey, they like it here. Bryson has been hurt. I don't know whether he will continue to play all the holes that he can play. There's a worry about what's going on with his wrist and other ailments that he's got going on. So, and that same thing exists with Matsuyama and Justin Thomas. And so you know, if you get some people that are injured and you don't know what's taking place, all of a sudden this could change. You could get a 2-ball that's going out in the second round. The one that is of interest to me is Dustin Johnson, Billy Horschel, and Colin Morikawa. I think Dustin Johnson comes in here on form, and I think that this is a tournament. But for me, it's between DJ and JT. Those are my two favorites as I head into this. Colin Morikawa is another guy that I'm not necessarily keen on. And so I look at that and I go, okay, well, you know, there's not going to be a lot of feeding off of anybody's round. Billy Horschel is a guy who could play well. I don't see him shooting a particularly low score, but I could see him at 3, maybe 4 under par. And then the other one that's of interest is the 203 group. McIlroy, he's of interest because he's not coming in great form, and you wonder about this chase of the career Grand Slam. Koepka is a guy who has had some degree of inconsistency this year. He makes a cut, he misses a cut. He makes a cut and misses a cut. And we haven't really seen him string anything along, although he did play a lot better recently. So it'll be interesting to see what he does. And Matthew Fitzpatrick, if you're looking for a dark horse, Matthew Fitzpatrick is one of those guys that can really perform here. He's a very, very strong ball striker. And if he can keep his wits about him, and when he gets under the, you know, if he can get into that moment on Sunday or even on Saturday afternoon, if he can put himself in that position and keep his wits about him, that could be a very interesting pairing as well.
Michael, I think we both agree there's plenty of storylines, but the biggest one of the day, the Big Cat is back at 10:34 Eastern Time. Appreciate, as always, Michael Breed checking in on that breaking news. Hey, don't forget, you can catch everything on the Masters. We got you covered here on CBS Sports HQ, but don't forget, Saturday, you got it on the app as well as streaming on Paramount Plus, and that final round on CBS also streaming on Paramount Plus.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.